Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the video. It's been 2 or 3 weeks since I've last uploaded a video. It's been I don't know how to really put it. Like, it's just hard sometimes to get on between the lag. Well, not to get on, but to make a video really. Between the lag and then the server's full sometimes and you can't get on. But lately it seems like the server count's been a lot better, and you can get. I'm actually gonna tame this while we're here. You can get on more regularly now, which is nice. So I'll probably be able to start increasing the frequency of uploads that I do. Um, but I definitely been playing, man, and we've been making progress. I'm out doing a meat run right now. Hopefully I can knock him down. See the lag? Like the lag's so bad too. Like, it's you got to have a certain level of patience to be able to play this game on official PvE right now. Um, because I mean, look at this. And I just didn't want, like, I was trying to give Wildcard a chance, really, honestly, because I'm not somebody that wants to, like, make the game look bad and be like, oh, look at how bad this game is, or showcase it in a negative way. But the reality is that, like, clearly the issues that are plaguing this game there's no quick fix around the corner. And it's feeling very reminiscent of the first game and exactly how the first game was. Up until really, honestly, until they had reworked the cryo or the dedicated storages. I felt like after they had reworked the dedicated storages, the performance was significantly better. And I feel like that from there, being on PS4, it was great. It was a much better improvement. The only lag you still experienced was really like rendering large bases and would be, like still a challenge. But once, like as soon as like I got the PS5 right away, so that way I could play Ark on a PS5. And once you were able to play Ark Survival Evolved but on a PS5, then it was like you had no performance issues whatsoever. And I feel like that really, it was the best way to play the game. And we only got to enjoy that for a short period of time because then now this is out. But it's like now we're back to square one because we're on the PS5, but it feels like I'm playing on the PS4 in terms of performance. And yeah, everything looks way better. Like the foliage, definitely when you walk through it, like it moves with you. Like that's cool. Like I'm definitely not knocking that, but like at what cost of performance? That's my thing. But anyways, I didn't want to make this video into a rant. I just basically wanted to point that out that it's been tough to upload regularly, but I have been recording content. Like I have content recorded, I just haven't been uploading it. So you guys are gonna see, like I've run several caves already, so you guys will see how I ran the caves, but you're gonna see how running some of these caves are laughable. Like I ran the artifact of the massive, the lava cave. I ran it naked, with nothing on me. Like that's how laughable it is because the game lag's so bad, nothing even attacks you. You just walk in there, grab it, and walk out basically. And I have that recorded, so I have several of the caves done. I've beaten the Brood Mother as well as the Beta Megapithecus. So I've been making progress. But I'll take you guys back to the base in this video and show you guys the progress I've made, me and my tribe mates, as far as dinos go. I got a lot that I'm raising right now because it's obviously the event. So I need to keep coming out here and doing these meat runs just to make sure I like to have a lot of meat in this stuff when I'm raising this, so I don't have to go into panic mode if I leave the base and worry that something's going to starve out. And especially when you're raising a lot, it's easy to kind of overlook something that might be small, or like I'm raising a dire wolf right now, and sometimes he kind of gets lost in the in the crowd of dinos that I got out raising. So um, sometimes when you're trying to see who's who in the zoo, you kind of lose track of some of the smaller teams that you're raising. Um, but yeah, it looks pretty light out here. The other thing is that we're vying for the same hunting grounds to for meat runs, and we have a Giga, but it's just the Giga, with the lag and everything, it gets stuck on everything. So I find, and it's, the stamina obviously has always been an issue with the Gigas. That's just how they balance them. So I find the Thallow with the increased harvesting rate on the Thallows seems to be like the most efficient thing for me as far as harvesting food and in terms of quickness and then how much food I can get. So I think overall. Um, but yeah, so I'll head back to the base here, and I'll show you guys the progress that me and my tribe mates have made. Oh yeah, I just knocked him, so I'm gonna go get Kibble. I'll come back and get Kibble in a second and team him up per color. He's in level 5, so probably a couple pieces of Kibble and he'll be up. Um, so yeah, you know, it's definitely been challenging. Been challenging playing the game with the things we've had to overcome. We also have got issues with. Oh, let me see if I can kill this Stego. Oh, that's a dude on one. That's actually a tame Stego that somebody's riding. Also, land disputes, man. Land disputes have been an issue. You know, I was here probably hour 1 of the servers going up or whatever. You know, like I was there when there was nothing around. It was just bare beach. I was the first one in the area, and then I seen everybody else move around me. And um, one of the videos I did record that I scrapped um, was this guy right here, which we're allies with now. But at the time, I think in the first video I might have showed off how big his base was. Well, it got exponentially huger. He actually hit the build limit, you know, because of how big his base is. But we're super cool with him now. You know, he's our ally. We've been working together. You know, so technically, really, we're really like 2 tribes in one, because even though we're not in the same specific tribe, like we're working together to trade off. Like he gets something that's high level, like say a new Megatherium with a higher hit point. He'll you know give us one, and then we'll give him one of something that we got. Like we got probably the best 2 silvers on the map right now. So my tribe mate has really been wheeling and dealing when it comes to 2 silvers. So um, you know, we've been working together in that sense. You know, functioning as one tribe almost, but really 2 separate tribes. Um, and I think that's it. You know, there's the usual drama that you have on a you know unofficial, you know, people you know fighting and all that. But really, I've been trying to stay out of that and just um, stay focused on the grind of the game. You know. The other thing too is that because you guys are going to see some probably awful things like rendering issues in the base, like see like this, like I have to point that out. Like I'm not going to just try to ignore it. But I mean, look, my eggs are dancing outside of the build. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that, bro? You know, and they'll render back in there. I mean, the game's got serious render issues because it's the server's under so much stress. Um, you know, somebody can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I thought that the idea was, you know, with this new game they were going to have, you know, threaded, you know, multi-threaded servers. Now, I may be wrong on that, but I thought I had read that somewhere. And if this is the multi-threaded servers, like, bro, this isn't it. You know, I hope this isn't like what we're gonna be, you know, expecting, you know, on our, you know, for the foreseeable future. Like, or if like this can't be it. Like, I hope there's gonna be serious optimizations and you know maybe even another server upgrade, man. If it, you know, to even if multi-thread isn't the way to go, and people, you know, will debate how, you know, how much you gain from you know using multi-threaded servers versus the cost of actually using them, you know, running them or whatever. Like, hopefully, you know, whatever we got to do to get better servers, man. Like, you know, if it's going to be you know, through optimization and stick with whatever current servers are using, then fine. I could deal with a little bit of lag, but some of the stuff that we're dealing with is just ridiculous, you know. You know, render distance still hasn't been fixed. You know, but gigas will still pop in and out of render when you're barely away from them. I'll show you guys here. The gigas will, yeah, see the barn in the back popped out. I can see the gatehouse behind him still. See him just kind of popping out. I mean, that's, you know, your servers are really under stress when they've got to de-render things like that to, I don't know, save on whatever, you know, memory strain or whatever. Anyways, though, I guess I'll update you guys where I'm at rather than rant about the issues of ARC. Let's point out some of the positives that we've accomplished so far. One of my tribe mates, he loves colors, man. He don't care about levels. He's like the color dude, man. Call him the color man. So he's out here and he loves Argent. So I mean, he's getting every color known to mankind. He's gonna have in Argents. That's kind of his thing, and he'll tame other things that he sees, like this really nice Thallow, you know, and the Doed. You know, he'll tame stuff when he comes across it, but his primary focus is Argents. But yeah, so we got a line of aloes going here. Working on condensing stats as usual, but we got some nice aloes here. Working on the UD Ranises. We got some UDs. Gigas we're working on. I think our max melee is 250 right now. Yeah, 250. So we're working on getting the 250 melee on those. We already got some mutations going on these Rexes. We got the health up to 11,880 for the Rexes here. So, and this is our male. So that worked out nicely. Having the mutations, you know, every one of the mutation bumps has been on the males, which has been like, oh, it's been nice. We got to keep an eye on these babies too. Make sure I don't get too distracted in the video. Almost done with the Sarcos. That one's got all the best stats. And then when this one is done raising right here, it will, you know, that one will have all the best stats that we have. Decent stats, 373 melee, 3,900 for health. I mean, that's not bad for, you know, we're still only, what, a couple months into the game or whatever on PlayStation. What was I going to say too? I was also going to mention something else too, but I can't remember. I can't recall now what I was going to say. But anyways, we'll move on. Megatherium's got two different lines going here. These are the ones that we're using to beat the Brood Mother, which we have beat. We do have the Tech Replicator. So we beat the you know that, and we got the Beta Megapithecus. We're working on getting the Tech Troughs up, and we want to get the Tech Generator up, and then use the element we have to make raising babies a little easier. Although I will say, to give credit where credit is due, raising babies is far easier in this game than it used to be. You know, the raise timers are faster, the food drain on the babies is much slower. So I mean, you can leave babies out overnight now and just have their inventories full of food and they won't starve out. Where before, if you did that, yeah, they were done. Like you had to have a full tech trough full of food, at least minimally. You know, if you were going to carry a baby through the night, you know, into the next day. So, turn down my phone here since I'm recording. Thalos we're working on here. They got all the best stats that we got so far into those. I'm working on color here now. I kind of love this Christmas color, the red on top and the green on bottom. So, you know, we're working on Christmas Thalos. Let's see, we got some Rhinonathias. I think we got 4 of them, 3 of them actually. That's our allies parked on our fishing dock over there, whatever. But got some Rhinonathias. We got some Spinos too. Did he? I think he put the Spinos away. We got a line of Spinos now that we've got. And then that's probably it for dinos. I think that's all the main ones, right? The Rexes, the Udis, Megatheriums. So that covers the Brood Mother, the Megapithecus. We got the Thalos, which are, you know, great for, you know, used to be good for cave running, but, you know, they made sure they changed that so you couldn't use the Thalos and run the caves easier. So you guys will see, you know, in subsequent videos that I'll be releasing, how I ran the other caves not using Thalos, you know. But I think that was the main ones that I think I showed you. The Gigas, the Udis, the Megatheriums for the Brood Mother, the Rexes that we're raising for the Megapithecus. I do got Baryonyxes going as well. Let me just check these real quick. Yeah, they got a stack and a half. I'm going to just add food in them real quick. And I'll show you guys a tour of the base and what the base looks like in a second. Let me just top off these guys. See the lag, I can't, man, it's so reminiscent of the old game. Trying to stay positive, but it's so hard to when you feel like you're just dealing with the same issues that have carried over from the first one. It's a little demoralizing, to be honest with you. Alright. Let me just make sure. I think everything else will definitely be okay until I finish the video, but I just want to make sure these Megatheriums don't starve out. These aren't our best ones here for all you people in the chat that are gonna say, "Oh, I've seen the stats, and you know those aren't that good." Like, even the ones that are coming out semi-bummy or don't have the best stats, I'm still using them because they're still more than good enough to get the Brood Mother done. You know, like 6,000 health is not the most that we have on them, and 384 is not the highest melee, but that's still a solid Megatherium that you can put into a boss fight and be confident that it'll carry itself through alpha when you factor in that you're going to get the UD buff from bringing the UDs in, and the Megatherniums are going to get the buff from, killing the bugs. So more than going to, more than sufficient to get that job done when it comes to Alpha Broodmother. Um, yeah, so all you people don't come at me in the YouTube comments, okay? Um, okay, I need to get a little bit more meat. I think I got 3, so 1, 2 more, so 1.5 because that one I just worked on. Yeah, this is a grind, man. Going for getting this cooked food. This is getting old too. These meat runs. Just put 1 stack in you. And I'll put 1 stack in this dude. Alright, that should be enough to carry me through the rest of the video. I mean, we're already 16 minutes in, so... so they'll definitely make it through there. So yeah, I use cooked meat. Cooked meat doesn't spoil as fast. So like for anybody who's watching, if you're raising babies, don't use raw meat. Raw meat spoils mad fast. And especially, when you log in the morning and you see all this raw meat spoiled, a whole row of raw meat spoiled. If you cook your meat, like I said, we got 3 grills here. I mean, you could add more if you want. 3 cuts it for us. Fill all your dinos up with cooked meat. And then when they come in the morning, only a stack is spoiled, not a whole row. Only a stack will have spoiled. So you'll be working smarter and not harder. So use cooked meat if you don't already. Then we got the beehive. I think I showed you guys the greenhouse maybe in the last video, but we have the industrial cooker up now. Don't think that was in the last video. We got beer going, fertilizer, a bunch of dung beetles. So pretty typical thing here. But that's up and going. I really like the greenhouse design now. I think that looks pretty cool how they reworked that. So props to them on that. Got the industrial grinder up, industrial forge up. We have our tech replicator now. That was huge, getting that up. Oh yeah, I guess I'll show you guys this pen before we go inside. The water pen is still here. So the people we're having a conflict with is up there on this cliff. They think that, so they think that they can't build on that ledge because of our water pen, but that's where the drops come down. You can't build over the drop. But we had like an extension, like a gatehouse, like a behemoth gatehouse there, and we had that walled off up into there. And he was saying he couldn't build a water pen on the other side because it was there. Well, we took it down to try to work with them because they built like outside of our door, because the range that you could build next to people in this game is way shorter than it used to be. Like people can build like 10 foundations from you now. The distance, I swear, used to be much further. And we had some wood pillars up out there from like when we first started, and didn't really think none of it. Felt like it was sufficient enough. Well, dude got mad because he's boxed in up there on that peninsula up there and or whatever on that ledge. So he came down and he had a trike break our wooden pillars, like a wild trike. He aggroed it to have the pillars broke, and then he built like a little thing out there, like 6 foundations out there, just so he just to kind of grief us or whatever. And then he pillared all in the back. He destroyed all our wooden pillars that we had in the back, up on that ledge up there, so he could try to build over there. And we tried reasoning with them and saying, hey, why are you trying to build like right next to us? Like, when you're over there, why not build backwards? And, basically he's boxed in, but they already have a huge base. So like, how much land do you need? But anyways, we tried working out with them. We took down a bunch of stuff. We removed a bunch of pillars to try to work with them. And, and the agreement was, hey, we'll move as much as we can. Because the other thing too is that we have the canal blocked off. Like we have right down the middle of the canal, we have it pillared off because you can't just take something out and uncryo it. So like if we want our Tussos to be able to get out of this water pen, like we need to make sure that that waterway stays clear. Because if somebody blocks you in, you can't just, there's no way around them if they box you in and make another huge water pen, right in front of yours. And so you can't just take a cryopod out and say, well, I got to deal with it because it's PvE and I'll just uncryo my dino out at the bay when it opens up. No, like you can't cryo outside of your base, basically. So you need to be able to actually swim your whatever it is, your Bassi or Megalodon, swim your water tames. You need to actually be able to swim have that canal, free so you could swim in and out of it freely. Um, so yeah. Anyways, man, to make a long story short, we're in land dispute with that dude. I mean, I'm not really bothered by it. Like whatever, it just seems petty. Like we tried to work with you. We were here way before you got here. We're like people are talking about their day ones. Like, bro, we were hour one. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, we were here. We didn't see you for days after the server was up. So I mean, I had the water pen built before you even got up there. So I'm not like gonna take down part of my water pen so you could build out into there, man. Like it's just the breaks, man. Like first come first serve or whatever. Anyways, now that I'm done with rant 2, I'll go inside and show you guys the base. There's our heads there for beating the bosses. So we got our egg hatchery here. Um, Fridges, bunch of storage chests with our stuff in it. Generator. Um, Smithies. Chemistry bench. Pretty run-of-the-mill stuff. Non-original base design. I stole this base design from a content creator that you all know, but I'm not going to name drop because that's just not my style. But so before anybody comes at me in the comments for that, no, I don't build original stuff. I enjoy building other people's builds, so that's what I do. Yeah, so then we have this up here. We got a bunch of snails for cement and paste. These things make cement and paste fast. Like I've been in these guys like 2 or 3 times now today. Just getting the cement paste out of them. It's like 100 for each one of them, so you ain't got to go out there hunting for beaver dams. Get yourself set up to make some veggie cakes, man, and tame up these Actina. And I think I got 5 of them in here, so that's 1,000 cement paste, or not 5,000, bro. I can't add 1, 2. That's 500. So yeah, 1,000 cement paste like every few hours, since it's like every 3 hours that they make like 100 cement paste each. So you figure, I got 5 of them, so that's 500 every, hour and a half. So, 3 hours, 4 hours, that's like 1,000 cement paste, like that quick. Like, look, I got 500 right there, boom. So, you can go tame them with sweet veggie cakes, and then they only eat sweet veggie cakes, so just make sure you keep them fed up. I put all the points in food, so you ain't got to worry about them starving out. Then up here is the trophy room, where we got some of the artifacts that we got already. That'll be nice when it comes completely together, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's a tour of the base. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at, man. Oh, I should put this egg in there and get rid of the cement paste. Hopefully by now that food will be cooked too. We're at 23 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. Trying to keep these videos shorter, man. I know, people don't want to watch 30, 40-minute videos. I enjoy making them, but I know people don't really want to sit down and get through. It's hard to get through 30, 40 minutes, And today's, oh yeah, what am I doing? See, I get talking, I lose my train of thought. Put this in here. Yeah, try to keep the videos a little bit shorter though for you guys, so you don't have to, you could squeeze it into your day somewhere, and it doesn't have to be this huge thing like you're watching a movie, Make it more of, an extended short, I guess, so to speak. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video here, guys. I gotta keep making sure I keep this stuff fed. I got a lot of stuff here that I'm raising up, so can't afford to lose anything, Especially when we did the Megapithecus yesterday, we lost I think 6 Rexes, so that's the thing, man. Like in ASE, when y'all seen the videos I had, damn near top stat Rexes. You didn't have to worry about losing a single one. But in this, you're dealing with, a couple mutations. Rexes, they're still not good enough to really, you're going to lose some still, unfortunately. It's just, so you've got to, got to keep raising them. You can't afford to lose one now. It's a much bigger deal. You definitely value your tames more in this game because you're starting off with, with lower level stuff, and you can't just fork over some poly for high level stuff, man. Like we're grinding and working at it again, you know, and trying to get them stats up, man. And everybody's, some of it we're getting the mutations and it's top, and then you find out somebody else on the server is ahead of you, and so you're wheeling and dealing, trying to, try to get the best stuff available. So I will say though, as far as the official servers go, like this official server, everybody's been pretty cool, man. Like there's a couple people on here that I think you're gonna get that anywhere where they're just drama. It's like drama central with them. But for the most part, man, we've been lucky that we've gotten on a server that is. There's definitely far more friendly people and people helping each other out. It definitely still has that sense of community vibes that the first one had. It's almost kind of like picking up where you left off, but just with new faces, you know. But yeah, so that's it, man. I'm not going to sit here and lecture you guys now and preach at this point. I just, want to close it off and have you guys have a good new year, and we'll see you guys in the next one.